not who you know, but who knows you. The point of networking is establishing and nurturing long-term relationships. If you fail to network, you don't have these relationships as a foundation to build on. A lot of students don't realize that they already have the basis of networking. You make friends in your classrooms. You become friends over the 3 months of the course, but then once you move on from the course, you no longer talk to these people. Experts at Huffington Post say that the larger the network that you have, the more successful you are going to be in your field. It gains you access to people who are otherwise inaccessible. Melissa Pratt, a friend of mine from UNF, recently graduated. She was at the top of her class and in turn had to end up competing with her entire class due to her not having a foundation. Her credentials did not help her at all due to her not having the network to back her up. Another student who also graduated from UNF, he graduated about mid-level in his class. But since he took the time to network and sell himself to the owners of companies, he didn't have to do as much legwork and competing with his classmates as Melissa. He had job offers before he had graduated and thus did not have to deal with unemployment. According to CNBC News, at least 70% of graduates from college are either unemployed or are working full-time, non-professional jobs just to make ends meet. Of the people who were also in this study, 86% of them had no potential job offers for the future. Networking is about more than just knowing people. It's about making connections and making relationships with people who are going to help you in the future. Now that we understand the significance and the reasons that we should network, let's go over a couple things that we can do in order to improve our status. The first thing is that the school itself can host gatherings. They can host barbecues or events to get people together. One other thing that you can do is know how you are in public. If you're an introvert, then going to meet and greets most likely would not be beneficial. You would most likely be better off going and meeting people one-on-one. This way you can talk to them, get to know them on a more personal level, and invest in your network from there. If you're an extrovert, going to things like meet and greets and larger events would be better for you. You would be able to meet multiple people and quickly expand your network to include the people that you need. Another example would be coming up with something that you're passionate about. If you're passionate about one thing and then you volunteer based on that, it would widen your circle and your network with people who share the same interests as you. I had a friend, also graduated from UNF, who on the weekends would volunteer for about 4 hours a day and got to meet most of the people in his field. By doing this, he established himself in the job market and thus had job offers and people willing to help him out once he graduated college. So by doing these couple things, you'll be able to really get into knowing people and getting them to help you, and then you in turn helping them and you helping the people behind you. By doing this and investing in your future, you will be better off. So one thing that I'd like all of you to do today is to go home and sit down and really think about your network. A lot of people have social media and things like LinkedIn. When I first graduated from college, I had maybe 15 people on my account. That's when I realized that networking was not something I was proficient in. So I went home, sat down, and said, okay, who do I know? Who can I add to my network? By doing this, and by nurturing and feeding those relationships, I was able to create a network of people who I was willing, and they were also willing, to work with me to get to where I needed to be today. So I want you guys to go home, sit down, realize how many people you have in your network and how many people you need to be successful in your careers. Because right now is the best time for you and for anyone that you know to begin investing in their future. Thank you and have a wonderful night.